Yes, all of you have joined. Okay, I will share the screen. You are able to see the screen.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let us continue. Just observe it, don't get confused. One by one, you try to see what is happening at this stage. The inlet port is open here, and the air fuel mixture is getting inside the crankcase here. Okay, this crankcase, the air fuel mixture is getting accumulated here at this moment. Okay, but your transfer port is covered. The transfer port is covered by the piston. Therefore, the air fuel mixture is cannot come inside the combustion chamber, and the exhaust port is closed. Therefore, there is no expulsion of any gases, or there is no expulsion of any air fuel mixture also from the combustion chamber outside the exhaust port. Okay, so observe this. At this stage, the inlet port is only open when the piston is at the top dead center, at the top. Okay, and both the other valves are closed. Spark plug is igniting. Yes, all of you mute yourself. All of you. All of you observe now. The air fuel mixture is moving down at this stage from the inlet port, and it is getting accumulated here. Okay, spark plug is igniting. Combustion is taking place. The expanding gases. Okay, the pressure rise here. Okay, the pressure rise here. It is pushing the piston down. Okay, it is pushing the piston downwards. And what is happening? Because of the piston being pushed downwards, okay, there is a power stroke. Okay, power stroke is taking place. Okay, getting all of you. Power stroke is taking place. Now little bit, now the exhaust port is open here. Okay, exhaust port is open, and therefore the exhaust gases start leaving the combustion chamber. Okay, now as it will move down, what will happen? See, as it is moving down, it is compressing the air fuel mixture which is present in the bottom. Okay, in the crankcase. And what it is doing? See, first the exhaust port is opening, not the transfer port. Okay, so that the more amount of exhaust gases leave the combustion chamber. Okay, so that now when the air fuel mixture, when it is coming from here, from the transfer port inside the combustion chamber, okay, so it does not get mixed with the exhaust gases. Okay, not much amount of fresh air fuel mixture is mixed with the exhaust gases. What is happening? Yes, I will solve the doubt later on. Just observe it. See, when the heat is produced due to power stroke, okay, because of that heat, okay, because of that heat which is there, because of the burning of the fuel, that heat, okay, it is supplied to the cylinder walls, it is supplied to the piston also. Okay, but the heat is supplied to the piston, the heat is supplied everywhere. Okay, but because in this small space, the air and fuel mixture have burned, there is an immense pressure rise inside that small space, inside here. Okay, inside this small space, there is a immense pressure rise at this point. Okay, at this here, because the piston was here at this place. Okay, there was a small gap here, only this much of small gap inside this small gap there was a pressure rise, and because of that pressure rise the piston starts moving down because the burned gases now they are expanding. Because of this their expansion, the power stroke is taking place. Okay students, I have explained it to you in the post stroke explanation also. Okay, so see here now what is happening. The the exhaust port is now open little bit, but the transfer port is not open. Okay, so that the exhaust gases start leaving. Okay, exhaust gases are start leaving the combustion chamber, it is going outside, and then as it is moving down little bit now again. Now what is happening, see what is happening. The transfer port is getting open, but the air fuel mixture is moving upwards. The air fuel mixture is moving upwards, and it is then pushing the exhaust gases outside. Okay, okay, what is happening as this piston is moving down. Okay, it has closed the inlet port here. Okay, this inlet port is closed here, but because of this closed structure now inside the uh, this uh, crankcase. Okay, here in this crankcase, okay, there was closed structure. Okay, because the piston is now covering the inlet port, there is no connection of this crankcase with the outside. Okay, it is just what it is doing at this stage. The compressed air fuel mixture it is sending to the transfer port from here. Okay, it is sending to the transfer port here. Okay, here upwards. Okay, and because the pressure has reduced here in the combustion chamber, the air and fuel mixture can easily go out upwards here. Okay, it can easily go upward because the exhaust port was open. Exhaust port was open and it has cleared most of the exhaust gases. Therefore the pressure inside this, okay, it is getting reduced. Okay, so this as this is moving down, it is compressing it, and as soon as the transfer port opens, the air fuel mixture is pushed upwards. Okay, this cycle continues. See, these three processes, these three things are happening above the piston. That is compression by the piston, okay, combustion and scavenging. Scavenging means the exhaust gases are pushed outside. Okay, below the piston what is happening? Intake of the air fuel mixture inside the transfer port. Okay, here is the transfer port. Pre-compression means what? The air fuel mixture is compressed. Okay, the air fuel mixture is compressed here. Okay, inside the crankcase. Okay, so this is called pre-compression because most of the air fuel mixture is compressed here. Okay, and then it is sent inside the combustion chamber where it is allowed to compress more. And also what is happening? Transfer of the air fuel mixture inside the combustion chamber. See, this intake is below the piston. When the piston was at the top, this intake was inside the air fuel, inside the crankcase. Okay, So I will take a pause here. Okay, I will take a pause. And I will allow you all to ask the doubts. Okay, I've allowed you to unmute yourself. You can ask your doubts now. Okay, one by one. See, there was a question asked. There was a question asked by someone. Yes, Ammar. Ammar, you can ask me now. What do you want to tell exactly? I have not understood your question. Your question is, after this heat is produced due to power stroke, so then how heat is transferred further? Okay. See, the power in the power stroke, the heat is produced. Okay, due to the heat is produced in the power stroke. Okay, when the air fuel mixture is getting burned, here air fuel mixture is getting burned. What is happening? There is a heat produced, and because the air fuel mixture has is burned, because of that heat, there is an immense pressure rise, and that pressure is pushing the piston. That pressure is pushing the piston downwards. Okay, and then this heat is transferred everywhere. Okay, because here, therefore only the cooling fins are provided. Okay, here are the cooling fins. See, these are the cooling fins. Okay, on both the sides, these are the fins provided so that the heat engine does not get heated very much. Okay, yes, you can ask me directly now.
Hello,
Those who want to ask, they only can unmute themselves. Okay, no need to chat.
sir. This
uh,
type of engine can only be used in bikes or any other vehicle.
See, this type of engines, it can be used anywhere. Okay, where there is requirement of more power. Okay,
So,
where
sir,
there is
it gives more power than four-stroke engine.
yes, it gives more power than four-stroke engine. Okay, the availability of power, stabilized power. Okay, it gives more power
Okay.
as compared to four-stroke engine, but this has been replaced nowadays in four-wheelers. Okay, in two-wheelers, these normal four-wheelers, which are used for day-to-day this transfer of goods and all. Okay, which is also used for
And,
commuting. But see, all of you unmute your sorry,
and
mute
sir,
yourself. All of you mute yourself. Okay, when I am speaking.
sir, which engine require more fuel consumption in this?
See. First of all, you listen this about the two-stroke engine. See, it is having more power. Okay, why it is having more power? Can anybody tell me? As compared to four-stroke, there is more power available in a two-stroke engine. Okay, there is more power available. Why? Anyone can tell me? You can unmute yourself.
Because the complete cycle is completed within less time than four stroke.
Sorry.
Complete cycle is completed within less time in comparison with four stroke.
Yes, the whole cycle is completed in just two strokes. Okay, the whole cycle is completed in just two strokes as compared to the four strokes of a four-stroke engine. Okay, as compared to the four strokes, in just two strokes, the whole cycle is completed. In every two stroke, there is one power stroke. In every two strokes, there is one power stroke. Therefore, more power is available at the crankshaft. Yes. So therefore, what is happening? Yes, I will answer your questions one by one. Okay. What is happening here is power is available more, but the efficiency is very less. Why the efficiency is less, students? Can anyone tell me why the efficiency is less? All the efficiencies, whether it is mechanical efficiency, whether it is thermal efficiency, efficiency is very less. That is why it was eliminated in our day-to-day life. Okay. Whether you use passenger cars, whether you use Mercedes, whether you use any two-wheeler, okay, any bike, now it is eliminated for common use. It is just used in your racing cars or racing bikes. Okay, Why the efficiency is less? Can anyone tell me first? You can unmute yourself and speak. Can you all? Yes.
It consumes more fuel.
It consumes more fuel. Why it consumes more fuel as compared to four-stroke engine, student? Yes. Why it is consuming more fuel as compared to four-stroke engine? Yes. Can anyone tell me why it is consuming more fuel as compared to a four-stroke engine? Yes, no one?
Sir, valves are not present in.
Valves are not present. Okay. What else? See, this is a very important point. I think diploma students should speak now. Yes, Amma.
Losses are more, sir, in two stroke.
Sorry. Sorry. Yes. Yes, tell.
Sir, because in exhaust process,
Huh?
more because in exhaust process the fuel is also going out.
Because the exhaust, yes,
During
this is one of the point. This is one of the point because where the air fuel mixture is coming inside the combustion chamber, the exhaust, some of the air fuel, fresh air fuel mixture is also going outside. Okay, therefore the efficiency is less, isn't it?
yes,
Very good. But what are the other points? Any other point? You are right. Okay. Any other point? See, I will tell you, because the air fuel mixture, it is going outside with the exhaust gases. Okay. So therefore the efficiency is reducing now. But one more point is that because in a four-stroke engine, what is happening, the air fuel mixture which was burned. Okay. Do you remember four-stroke engine, all of you? There is a separate power stroke, there is a separate exhaust stroke. So the whole heat, okay, the whole heat of the burnt air fuel mixture, the whole heat, okay, not I can say whole heat, but maximum amount of heat which was produced, it is utilized to push the piston. Okay, both the inlet and exhaust valves are closed in the power stroke. All of you agree with me? In the power stroke, in a four-stroke engine, both the inlet and exhaust valves are closed. Therefore, the maximum amount of heat is utilized to push the piston downwards totally. Okay, and then there is a separate exhaust stroke in a four-stroke engine wherein the exhaust gases are pushed outside. But what is happening here? The heat which is produced, it is not utilized fully. Okay, there is some heat produced. It can be used for expansion of the piston, but as soon as it is burning, okay, as soon as it is burning, it is allowed to go outside. Okay, and fresh charge is coming inside. So there is no proper utilization of that pressure. Okay, the pressure is released because the piston is just move out downwards. Okay, as soon as it moves little bit downwards, what is happening, the exhaust port here is opening. Okay, the exhaust port here is opening. I have shown you. Okay, as soon as it is doing its power stroke, the exhaust port opens and there is a pressure release. So the immense pressure which was raised, okay, that is not allowed to push the piston. Hope you are getting this point, student. This is a very important point. That is not allowed to push the piston. Okay, if there is more amount of with more amount of pressure, if the piston is pushed, then what will happen? The whole heat is utilized. Okay, whole heat is utilized, and therefore there is no loss of heat here. So there is no loss of heat here in the four-stroke. But in two-stroke, there is loss of heat because the exhaust gases are not used properly. Okay, they are without utilizing their heat, they are sent outside via the exhaust port here. Okay, via the exhaust port here. This is a very important point. Yes. Next. See, there are some questions in the chat box. I will try to answer that. See, Why there is required nose at the top of the piston? See, nose, I have answered that question. That is not called nose, that is called a deflector. Okay, it is called as a deflector. You should use a proper word when you are answering in your paper also. Okay, when you are answering in your paper, you should use a proper word. It is generally called a deflector. Okay, mostly it is called as a deflector. This deflector, what it is doing? See, there is a deflector you can see present here. Okay, what it is doing, when the air fuel mixture is coming from here, it is not allowing the air fuel mixture. Okay, when the air fuel mixture is coming from here at this stage, it is not allowing this air fuel mixture to go here. It is instead, it is what it is doing, it is not allowing to move here. It is what it is doing, it is pushing the air fuel mixture. It is making the wave, giving the way to the air fuel mixture to go upwards. Okay, so the fresh charge is not going outside. Okay, another question is there, in some amount of air fuel mixture also mixing with oil also. Yes, some amount of air fuel mixture is also mixed with oil, and oil is also burnt. Therefore we have to change the engine oil with respect to time. Yes, you are right. More amount of oil was required here in a two-stroke engine. Okay, more amount of oil is required. You have to check the oil again and again, and the oil losses are here. Okay, present here. This is a drawback of the two-stroke engine. Okay, losses are more. Yes, losses are more in a two-stroke engine, Ammar. Then Ismail sir, in two-stroke we have to frequently change the parts. Yes, of course, you have to, but not that frequently. See, now, when there was old engines, okay, that was not made with that much amount of research. Now there is more and more research is going on. Okay, and therefore you can say there is improvement, because they are used in racing cars. There are improvements. You just don't have to change frequently. Means engine will not get spoiled in just 2 to 3 years. Okay, of course it has a good life in your modern two-stroke engine. How does two-stroke engine starts? Yes, same in two-stroke also, in four-stroke also. You do require a starter motor. Without the starter motor you cannot start a two-stroke or a four-stroke engine. Okay, जो स्टार्टर मोटर का काम होता है वही हम लोग किक मारते हैं ना, जब when we kick, okay, we are actually turning the flywheel. Okay, it is, you are turning the flywheel, you are turning the crankshaft. When the start button is not working, okay, or when the engine is not starting, what we do, we push the car. Okay, when you are pushing the car, the tires are rotating. Because the tires are rotating, okay, the shafts which are connected to the tires, okay, it starts rotating. Okay, and then the propeller shaft rotates, the gearbox gears rotate, and then your flywheel also gets rotated. Okay, your flywheel gets rotated, and when the flywheel gets rotated, your piston is also moving upwards and downwards. Reciprocating motion of the piston takes place. Hope you are getting this. And therefore what is happening, the suction and compression strokes are taking place. Okay, and then the engine can easily ignite itself. Engine can easily start. That is why you push the car, you push a bike. Okay, you take it towards uphill. Okay, you take it towards some upper place, and from there you push it down in a very fast speed, so that the engine runs, the flywheel rotates, and because of that flywheel, the compression and intake stroke takes place. Okay, so that is why you do require a starter motor here in two-stroke engine always. Okay, you will be requiring a starter motor which will rotate the flywheel. Okay, it will rotate the flywheel. Initially your air fuel mixture will come inside. Okay, it will get compressed, then the piston will move up, and then it will burn. Then there will be power stroke. See, as soon as one power stroke takes place, the starter motor does not disengages itself. Okay, starter motor is running at least till 10 or 20 cycles of the engine. as soon as the speed of the flywheel increases as compared to the starter motor speed, then there is a mechanical mechanism. There is no sensors and all. There's a mechanism as soon as the flywheel speed, the starter motor is rotating the flywheel. So as soon as the flywheel speed increases because of the power strokes, okay, flywheel speed increases as compared to the starter motor speed, okay, which is run by the battery. Starter motor is run by the battery. So as soon as that speed increases, what will happen? The starter motor will disengage itself. Okay. Yes. Hope you all are awake, students. You are not sleeping now?
No, sir.
No, na. So you can ask your doubts.
No.
You can, Abdullah, you can ask your doubts.
Yes.
No doubts.
No, sir.
No, sir.
No doubt means you have understood everything.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let us move ahead now. See, where is the application of this two-stroke engines? Okay, two-stroke engines now also it is used in racing cars. Okay, and two-stroke
Auto.
diesel. Sorry, two-stroke diesel
ऑटो में
engines.
यूज होता है ना सर?
Sorry, auto rickshaws.
Yes, sir.
No, auto rickshaws also they are using four-stroke engines only. Okay.
So two stroke भी है?
No two-stroke engines. Where you have seen that?
सर है मेरे इधर.
Two-stroke engine in a auto rickshaw.
Earlier two stroke engine were used, but nowadays four stroke are used.
You tell like that now. Previously it was used.
Yes.
In your you might have seen that engine Yamaha. Okay, Yamaha bike was there some 20 years ago. Okay, that was having a good pickup. Pickup means what? As soon as you start the engine, okay, it will run, it will gain its speed, its high speed very fast. Okay, and that was used by the thieves. Okay, to quickly start the bike and run away because it was having a good pickup. Okay, so two-stroke engines are having a good pickup as compared to four-stroke engine. Why? Can you all think about that and answer me? Two-stroke engines are having a good pickup. Good pickup means as soon as you start the engine, it gains its maximum speed fast. Okay, and it has more power also as compared to four-stroke. Yes. Can anyone answer this? Why two-stroke engines are having a good pickup as compared to four-stroke engines?
Because it has more power.
Because it has more power. Okay, see why it is having more power, because in every two-stroke you are getting power. Okay, in every two-stroke, in every single rotation, in two strokes of the piston, how many times the crankshaft will rotate? In every two strokes of the piston, how many times the crankshaft will rotate here in the two-stroke engine? Yes. Yes, anyone? Abhishek, Arbaz, Uwais, anyone? In these two strokes, one cycle is completed, and then again inlet from the inlet port the air fuel mixture is coming inside, and again the cycle is repeated. Okay, but in every two stroke here. So in two stroke, I'm asking in this two stroke, how many rotations of crankshaft is done? You are in a two stroke engine. Yes, anyone?
One.
One rotation. Yes, right. See, one rotation because Abdullah. Yes, you want to speak? See, one
Sir, I
rotation.
said one rotation.
Yes, you are right. See how, because in whether it is a two-stroke engine, whether it is a four-stroke engine, in one stroke the crankshaft is rotated by 180 degrees only. Okay, in one rotation, in one stroke, the crankshaft is rotated by 180 degrees. So here in two strokes, the crankshaft is rotated by 360 degrees. Okay, same in four-stroke engine also. In two strokes, 360 degree gets completed, and another two stroke 360 degrees get completed. So there in a four-stroke engine, in one cycle, in one power stroke, okay, in one cycle, because of one power stroke, there are two rotations of the crankshaft. Because of one power stroke, because out of the four strokes, there is only one power stroke in a four-stroke engine. So therefore, that power stroke is utilized in four strokes of the engine, and it is utilized for turning the crankshaft two times. But in a two-stroke engine, what is happening? What is happening in a two-stroke engine, students? In a two-stroke engine, here the power stroke is utilized. The power stroke is utilized. Yes. Yes, I am stopping the sharing. You all can see me now. All of you can see me. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So what is happening? See, in every two strokes, okay, in every two stroke, there is one rotation of the crankshaft. Okay, there is one rotation of the crankshaft. So what is happening? In every two stroke, there is one rotation, and out of the two strokes of the two-stroke engine, there is one power stroke. Okay, there is one power stroke. So therefore, in every rotation, for every one 360 degree rotation of your crankshaft, what is happening? In that, for every 360 degree, there is a power stroke available. So therefore, there is more power available at the crankshaft as compared to your four-stroke engine. Hope you have got this, students. Hope you have understood this.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So any other doubt? Any other doubt, students? See here, the oil is also getting burned. The oil is also getting burned little bit, so therefore the oil requirement is more in a two-stroke engine. It is used in your marine engines also, okay, because there the power requirement is very much marine engines, because there is a big ship which it has to be run. Therefore, the diesel engines are used there in a marine engines, okay, and you can easily run a two-stroke diesel engine that we will study. Okay, it is required. It is being used in marine engines nowadays. Okay, so any other doubts, students? Okay, let us move ahead now. See, I will just take another 8 to 10 minutes and then I will stop. Okay, so you just be attentive now. As soon as this Zoom meeting gets over, okay, not much time is remaining in the next in this session. Okay. Just 5 minutes are remaining. Okay, so let us complete some other parts. I will share you with you or with all of you the attendance sheet, and then you can give your attendance also. Just focus for just 5 minutes here, okay, and then I will leave you all. See, all of you can see my screen. Okay, so these are the some terminologies I was teaching yesterday. What is a top dead center and what is a bottom dead center? Okay, what is a bore? See here, all of you can see the screen. Here there is a TDC shown and BDC shown. Okay, the piston can move only from this BDC to TDC. Okay, the piston can move only from this BDC. Okay, here is the BDC. You all can see. Here is the BDC. BDC is the bottom dead center, and here is the top dead center. Okay, so the piston can only move in this space. Okay, in this space only the piston can move. It cannot go above top dead center and it cannot go below bottom dead center. Okay, so there is always a gap available here between the cylinder body, the cylinder head, okay, or cylinder, and the piston. There is always a gap. Why this is gap? Why there is a gap, students? Can anyone tell me why the gap is always there?
For clearance.
For clearance, yes. Why the clearance is required?
Compressed air fuel.
Yes, compressed air fuel mixture can get accumulated here. Okay, when the see here in this picture, when the piston has reached the top dead center here, it is at the topmost position. Okay, what will happen? The air fuel mixture, it can get accumulated here. Okay, it will have some space so that it gets accumulated. Otherwise, if the piston is moving up, what will happen? It will touch the cylinder body and there will be problem, there will be noise. Okay, it will break the cylinder body. Also, where will this air fuel mixture go? This air fuel mixture will start creating space from the valves. It will break the valves also. And who is controlling this? Who is controlling? Why the piston is not allowed to move above the top dead center? Anyone? Why the piston is not allowed to move above the top dead center? Who is controlling it? Yes. Speak loudly. Yes.
Because of the crankshaft.
Because of the crankshaft. How it is done?
It is designed in that way.
Sorry, you can speak loudly. Yes, please. Speak loudly. Yes. See, I will try to make you explain. See the length of the connecting rod and the length of the piston. Okay, and the whole arrangement, whole connection with the crankshaft is in such a way that the piston, when the crankshaft is rotating, okay, the piston cannot move above the top dead center. The lengths are adjusted in such a way that at any speed the crankshaft rotates, at any high speed the piston cannot move above the top dead center, and the piston cannot go beyond bottom dead center, below bottom dead center. So there is always a clearance provided here. Okay, and that clearance is called the volume which is present in this clearance is called clearance volume. Okay, this is called clearance volume here. Okay, here in this is called clearance volume, and the area which is covered by the movement of the piston, okay, this area